The boy Dub Deuce in the building.
All right, what up? It is Thatguydub, and I'm back with another video. How you guys doing? At the end of the day, shout it, I'm good money. Now, today, we've got a very special episode of There's Definitely Pee in the Dating Pool. Now, what I figured I'd do is my last guest and my wife, and we discuss the differences in the dating pool. And then also, you said, coming from a married woman's perspective, you said dealing with weirdos in your DMs and, things like that. We'll just see where the conversation goes. You ladies ready to kick this off?
Yeah, yep. I think we have a choice now.
Okay. Well,
right.
Introduce you first. And of course, my lovely wife, Tecca. And you say, and Ms Erin. How are you ladies doing?
I'm just a little nervous. I don't know why. I'm normally a talker, but I feel like I don't want to talk too much. Oh if that makes sense, But I normally have a lot to say. I just feel a little nervous because I haven't sat down here for a while and recorded with him. So
okay.
Yeah.
And Ms Erin, how are you doing?
Oh gosh, I don't know why, but I'm nervous as well. So
he's probably the only one that's not then.
Okay. Well, you said, we'll kick it off with, I actually had an event today. I had to go do a photo shoot for a women's health summit. And for a podcast called the Women's Health Summit over there on Keezy Productions. And I basically did the videography work from behind the scenes. And I sat down with some of the women, and you said, it's like, in the time that we're living in, you said most women are so independent, they don't necessarily care about, you saying, anything but themselves to a lot of degrees. You said, it's like, what sets you ladies apart from, you said, when it comes to with men? Because you said some women can be selfish where other women can be more nurturing and caring. You said, which quality do you think you guys possess that quality, and what makes it stand out for you guys? Ms Erin?
I knew I was about to go first. Okay. So which one am I?
Mm-hmm.
I would say that I used to be the selfish because I had to be more independent and more, I'll take care of myself. I got it. Don't worry about it. I'll do it. And my granny, her famous saying was, the best place to find a helping hand is the end of your own two arms. So I learned that the hard way, being in relationships where it seemed like I can't depend on you. But then I realized when I would be with someone or want to be with someone that was more nurturing and they are fulfilling the manly roles, am I going to let him, or am I going to be that hard? No, I got it. So then I just kind of decided, let me put that aside and I'll just be the nurturer and let him be the man. And it took a while to get there, but I'm there.
Well, it is crazy that we have to say, like, let him be the man nowadays, because I feel like sometimes it seems like, not all men, of course, but with a lot of men, they don't know their own role or their own place. Like, a lot of men are doing what they say women do all the time, like spreading rumors, gossiping, doing all that. They want to treat them like a manly man, but they're not acting that way. And I also feel like the women who stand in their truth of that independent status and they don't need anyone else and all, most of the time when women are doing that, it's because they were forced into that position. And then because of that, which puts you in survival mode, I feel like you now are always existing in that you can't trust that a man is going to leave because you've been in survival mode for yourself for the longest. And that happens even inside of relationships. A lot of women are with men and they're not really in a relationship. The man is just there. And that also makes a woman feel like she has to be independent and only rely on herself, because you can't trust a man to lead. You can't trust a man to be a man. And that's why women are independent all the time, because of stuff like that. Not because they just want to be, but a lot of times we have.
Yeah, like my mom used to say, living single, married. And I never understood that statement until I watched my cousin go through it. And I'm like, oh, now I get it.
Well, what is your opinion on that? Like you said, if you're married, you're obviously committed in a committed relationship. But if you're not married, and there's still people living like they're in committed relationships, do you feel like That is
I don't feel like I should definitely give you the whole cake and the cow and all the benefits and everything else before you purchase me. Because then what's the point in purchasing me if you got old Bessie the cow sitting right there giving all the milk, all the calves, everything else? No point.
right. There's nothing to work for.
Okay,
Yeah.
now, how important is it to you as women that when you do have a significant other to show you, because you know, like when a man is always supposed to protect and provide and be there, and you say for his woman, you say, how important is it to you ladies to give that to somebody that you feel that you can trust? Because a lot of times, like you ladies just said, you said like you said you don't have that, or you feel like you need to be in survival mode. How important is it to nurture your male counterpart?
I think it's very important because I feel like if he doesn't feel safe, if he doesn't feel like he can be vulnerable, if he doesn't feel like he can get what he needs from me, then Sheila down the street, she'll give me what I need. She'll cook my meals for me. She'll make sure, I'm looking good and smelling good, and I tell me when I got something in my teeth when I'm smiling in my boss's face, and she'll push me to go get that promotion if you ain't gonna do it. If you're not telling me I'm strong and you proud of me, even though I may be working two jobs, one is at McDonald's and one is at Burger King, but I'm still busting my butt. I'm still making sure this mortgage is paid. I'm making sure your car is paid for. You don't have any worries. I may not be where I want to be, but I'm trying. And if I'm not telling you that, then fine. I'll go down the street and let her tell me.
That is true.
What do you think, Anna?
I mean, I feel like it's important to nurture your partner, period, because some people receive love that way. They feel like they're cared for and cared about that way. But I also feel like when a woman doesn't heal herself and she's so scarred and everything, a lot of those wounds prevent her from being her best self, and she forgets that nurturing is very important as well.
Now you said like women. You said a lot of times they take on so much. You guys wear so many hats. You said like, and then you said a lot of times because I was just watching a behind the scenes thing with you said for the new Bad Boys movie, and Will Smith said there are three type of friends that you have in your life. He said you got one. You can call any of these three friends at 3:00 in the morning. You're gonna get one of three responses. The first one, they're not gonna pick up. The second one is going to make you feel bad that you're calling them at 3:00 in the morning. And the third one is going to be, as soon as they pick up, you're going to hear them putting on their pants. Now, you need to have that. You said, how important to you ladies is it to have that friend that you're going to hear them putting on their pants as they answer that phone?
Just a friend?
Very.
I mean, that is important. I mean, friendship is a relationship too. So friendships are relationships too. And I feel like that requires like having someone's back, being supportive,
I'm so glad you said that. People act like they meet somebody for the first time. This is my friend. What?
Right.
What's their middle name?
Last name
Right. Are they married? Do they have kids? Right. You don't know nothing about them.
Seriously.
He said, now, with that being said, it's like, how do you, both of you ladies, able to decompress when you say, let's say, you've had a long day and you need to decompress yourself before you can close your eyes or before you can pour into your potential partner or your partner?
You have to say that again.
Okay. After taking on, you said everything that you've had to take throughout the day, how are you able to decompress that way you're not taking the energy from the day to your partner or to bed?
I don't even have an answer for that, honestly, because that's something I just struggle with like bad. So
yeah, I'm about to say most women don't. Most women have kind of learned to put a box on it, and then okay, I just know now I'm here. And that's still in the back of my mind. I'm still thinking about that paper I need to write for school. I'm still thinking about my kids' donuts I need to go pick up in the morning because they forgot to tell me that last week that, they signed me up. And, I know, my man needs this and he needs that. And I got to cook dinner and I still got to get my clothes out. So just got to put a little box on it and I'll deal with it after everybody goes to sleep, when I'm not sleeping.
If you can, because our brains, I feel like they have to shut down. I feel like, and when I'm in the middle of doing one task, my brain is already thinking about what I have to do next, and I haven't even completed the task I'm working on. It's a million things running through your head all the time. And I tell him that all the time because I'm a woman, so I know how it is to be a woman. I don't know what men do. They can have the worst day of life, and they want to come home and act like nothing happened. Still want to have sex, everything like
right,
nothing.
And then go to sleep.
We're not the same.
Like,
Right.
What? How are you sleeping?
Okay. You just said now. With that being said, I understand what you're saying. Going, trying to figure out how to word this. How because you bring this up a lot. You said, honey, you said like as women, I both want you to expound upon this. And you said now they say that a man can pretty much take any job that he wants to because the woman is going to take care of the kids. How stressful is it as women to not necessarily be able to take any job you want to because you might have to leave work for the kids, or you said because you said like the kids may be acting up and you can't take a job so far out, or the kids may have activities. So you said you in a way you're kind of limited to what you can take. You said like how stressful is that as women? You said for you ladies.
I wouldn't say that it's not stressful for me. It's more an agitation. I feel sometimes annoyed, sometimes envious, like of you, because I tell you that all the time. There's so many things that you don't have to worry about at all that I do, and that puts like not a permanent stop on whatever I want to do, but I have to always wait and push stuff back. And you never have to do that. You never have to. If one of the kids is sick and whatnot, and I'm working too, it's still going to be me. It's still going to be me.
It's a given. Yeah.
It's always like, it's still going to be on the mom. Just like I tell him all the time, when I'm working, I'm still coming home and cleaning up the house and all that stuff. He doesn't feel like he should have to do any of that because
and let me clarify. The reason I feel like I should not have to clean up because we got these big ass fucking kids in here and you little assholes are living here for free. But you say I do clean up. I do my shit. I cook. I do laundry, and I'll do my thing. Like, no, you're not gonna not give me my flowers. Thank you very much.
I mean, you do all those things, but you don't clean up.
I do clean up.
You better come on now. Let's not even do that. I should have recorded you when you was vacuuming the living room the other day because that looked like it'll be another 10 years before I see that again. That's what that looked like.
Wow. Okay.
That was like, and then you had the nerve. See, honey, I'm vacuuming the floor.
Just because I'm petty. That's why. I'm not even laughing.
You're supposed to just do it.
I was vacuuming the floor. I'm like, look, I'm vacuuming. Do you see it? Do you see it? I'm petty like that.
He literally, that's what he did too. Literally, like, come on, man.
Oh my gosh.
See, and this is the reason why dating is BS and all that nowadays, because women and men just can't even agree on anything, like hardly ever. And a lot of times when it comes to a man, he wants you to think and feel how he does. Nothing else matters.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that right there should be on a t-shirt.
Like, seriously, it's like a man wants to walk around with this, I'm an alpha male and all, which I don't even know.
And you know my stance on that. If you got to call yourself an alpha man, you're probably not. That's neither here nor there. You know,
hello. But say that again. That should be on the t-shirt too.
Seriously.
And you see now, we see all these red pill, you saying podcasts, you saying like Kevin Samuels, or using the other people that just basically are to a degree holding women accountable. And they have for the most part, they have yet to be checked or sat down by their bullshit. But then you guys, you said you remember when all the ladies, well, not all the ladies, but so many women were following Derek Jackson when this motherfucker was telling you what you wanted to hear, but was full of shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, now, when you sit there and you consume something that's basically telling you what you want to hear, is it more hurtful when you find out the truth later? Or do you want somebody that's going to give it to you raw and uncut from the jump and they be consistent with it?
I would rather raw and uncut, but in your rawness and uncutness, say it nicely. Don't be mean. But yeah, don't lie to me. Don't be full of it, because yeah, it's very hurtful. And it's like, well, why didn't you just tell me what I needed to know in the beginning?
Mm-hmm. And we're too old for all that. I feel like that's
hello.
Elementary. Mm-hmm. We're too grown for all that. I feel like one thing, because there's a lot of men that don't talk to their women because they're always saying, well, I don't want to argue, or all you want to do is argue. I feel like a person who doesn't know how to talk is always going to think everything is an argument. Everything, yes. Because they don't know how to communicate. Yes. So everything is an argument, when most of the time a woman is coming to you because she needs to, or something, whatever that is. It might lead to telling the whole story and what happened, like it does with me a lot. And you just need to hear me for 20 minutes or whatever. Be supportive and understand that you are needed. And you know, wear those pants like that, you know, easily. You know?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Now, in your opinion, what is the best way for a man and a woman to separate themselves from the children, and you said find time for just them? Because you said, especially when you have children through the hustle and bustle, you said, like, a lot of times you both get lost in the sauce and don't know necessarily how to necessarily come together, whether it's going on a walk or whatever, what have you. You said, in your opinion, what's the best way to approach that with a partner?
Me personally, baby, I need some me time. We need some us time. We need me and you time, because even if the baby is 1 month old, they're going to be out this house one day, you know, and I want to like you for you that I met, and I want to continue to like you the older that you are. So that means we need to continue knowing each other and getting to know each other and loving on each other and dating each other and wooing each other and all that. Because again, baby's going to be gone. And I'm not trying to lose you too, because I don't like you now.
Or because I don't know you anymore, because everything is
a lot of people. I don't like you because I don't even know you. You're just a stranger living in this house that I've been taking care of too. So
yeah, that's really that's the truth.
Okay, you said, I'm gonna give you two ladies the floor. What are some questions that you wanted to maybe ask and get a male's perspective on?
I want to know one thing when it comes to men, like so let's say a man is married, but he's legally married, but they're separated, whatever. So he's going about his business, starts dating someone else, but he's still legally married. And then the person he starts dating is also legally married, but not in that marriage. Now, do you feel like if you met that man and he's married, but they're not together, would you still give him an opportunity to get to know you, or?
Are you asking her?
I'm asking.
Okay.
Well, me personally, that's funny you said it. A old school friend of mine and I saw a picture of his on another friend of mine's Facebook page, and I'm like, oh my gosh, he looks familiar. So I slid in his DMs, not to be, sexy or anything. I literally was just like, yo, do I know you? This is my last name from school. And you just look really familiar. And I was just wondering, blah, blah, blah. He immediately responded, blah, blah, blah. We're chit-chatting it up. Well, it comes up that he's separated. We've been separated for 2 years. Oh, okay. Pump the brakes. Why aren't you divorced yet? Oh, well, I'm about to be divorced. Okay, well, soon as you're divorced, you got my number, you got my Facebook information, you can hit me up then. And he was like, wait, like, no, there's no wait. Because What if she comes back around? What if, you change your mind? Now what? I'm the third wheel in your marriage? Like, and he's like, no, 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 but I got my own house. She got her own house. Okay. And I've seen crazier things happen.
Mm-hmm.
So once you're divorced, once you're healed, then come back to me. No, I don't need to heal because it's been over for this long. Okay. How long have y'all been together? Oh, we've been together 14 years.
Mm.
You've been together over a decade.
Mm-hmm.
You might as well say a decade and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but we've been separated for 2 years. You've only been separated for 2 years. You still ain't divorced.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh,
That's
talk
weird.
to me in about 6 to 7, 8 months when your heart is healed, when your head is healed, when your emotions are healed. Then we can talk.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
agree. Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
I
you
agree.
said with that, you said like, is that just because of your personality that you said that you're able to do that? Because you said like, we see a lot of women that will be that quote unquote home wrecker type, and but they might not in their mind they might not think they're that home wrecker, but they still decide to pursue that. Because I was always told that however you end the situation is how the next situation is going to end.
Yep.
Now, like, do you feel that you said no, I pump the brakes because you feel like if you're coming in between something that's not finished, that it's going to be potentially be something that is going to end pretty much the same way?
Um, yes and no. I also feel like even if we did work out, I still feel like it would be like I said, a question of is he completely healed? Am I going to do so or say something that's going to trigger him? Even though he says I'm fine, but are you really? Because like I said, 2 years y'all been separated, but y'all ain't divorced yet. So
That means somebody
there's
has.
something going on there.
Yeah.
Well, you said,
Yeah.
okay. Well, you said let me put it like this because a usual divorce, especially if it's contested, takes between 1 and 3 years. So is 2 years really that far fetched?
It is, especially for I feel like because first she pursued it, then oh well, never mind. Then he pursued it because he was like, nah, I can't do this no more. Blah blah blah. He had just moved out the house. He wasn't technically out the house for 2 years, and she was still coming around. And now, oh well, she ain't coming around no more. Okay, when's the last time you had sex with her? Oh, 3 months ago. Okay, so like I said, if she was to come back the night before and say, "Yo, I'm about to put it on you. I want you," you gonna go back to her. So,
Right.
Point proven, just like that.
yep, yep.
Like,
So I was
duh.
like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'll wait.
That's a headache.
Okay, you said that. Okay, now she just said headache. You say now when you dodged that headache, how easy was it for you to separate yourself from that? Because like if you reached out, I'm pretty sure there was thoughts of maybe feelings or you said maybe thoughts of something maybe going forward. How easy was it to, or how difficult was it to completely shut it down without thinking about it?
It was one of those dang. Another one bites the dust for me. Like honestly, I'm like, and just another dating sucks.
Well, do you want to get married, or like have you been married before?
Oh, I would love to be married. I was almost married before that situation was terrible because not of him, but his mother. Um, so yeah, didn't get married because of her. But yeah, I'm like, oh, no mama's boys don't want to do that.
Right. Those are two
So
different.
yeah, I would love to get married. I really would.
Okay, this is a question I wanted to ask you, some just from a married woman and using a single woman. It's like we'll see single moms a lot of times, and their sons become their husband. They become using their sons become son husband. Now, what do what do you think you could do as a mother to prevent yourself from basically fucking that boy up. Because if he becomes a son husband, you're too invested in his relationships, and then he could literally fail in every relationship. So what do you think women can do to prevent that?
Just remember, he's your son. Always look at him as a kid. Like for me, I don't care if he was 19 living in my house. He's a kid. He can't fulfill anything sexually for me. He can't take care of this house financially. He can't do nothing for me. So he's a kid. So I'm gonna let him be a kid in a kid's place, learn how to be an adult. I will give him all the advice I can, be his mama. But other than that, that's it. That's all.
What do you think?
That's it. Don't raise your son to stop trying to raise sons to be like the man you want or the man you had and let him go away. Like, don't.
It is like it is a sad thing, usually, because like we see it on using many occasions. You saying like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. When I see it on social media, it makes my ass itch. When I see a woman and she's got a picture of her and her son, like, oh my God, this is my king. Let me delete this bitch.
Yes.
Like,
It's terrible. It is terrible. I'm like, I feel like it's a terrible disservice to him. It's a terrible disservice to yourself. It's a terrible disservice to your future daughter-in-law. It's a terrible disservice to the whole world, because now you got to deal with yet another messed up mama's boy that got to go get therapy, because now he got to figure out how to separate mama's calling from my woman's calling. From now, mama's calling to my wife is calling. There should never be that I got to make a decision. Unless mama is on her deathbed, I'm not sleeping with mama. I ain't paying mama's bills. I ain't having kids with mama. So I'm going home.
Mm-hmm. Now, you said this is actually a young question. You said, but since we're mature, we're all mature here. And I saw a meme and I thought it was funny. Okay. He's saying, you and your man go to your parents' house. You said, your father and your man get into it. Now, your father tells you to sit your ass down, and your man tells you, let's go get in the car. Who are you listening to?
My husband. But he has to be my husband.
So not even a boyfriend?
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah. No. If he's my husband, then yeah.
Yeah, it's when it's your boyfriend. I just feel like you can't put people in roles that they're not fulfilling that title, like whatever that definition of that is, because it's different for everybody. But you can't treat no man like he's your husband, and he can't even say if he wants to get married or if he wants to just be in that relationship. So, no, you don't jump for a boyfriend.
Right.
Now, okay. Now, how long do you guys think that is an adequate amount of time for an engagement?
6 months.
6 months, okay.
Yeah.
She said
I
6
say
months.
year. I say year stretching it, and there better be a doggone good reason for that one. Like we better have had a good conversation and come to an agreement as to why it's taking that long.
Okay, so in your particular scenario, so if you said a year, you said, would that be okay if you were both financially planning the situation? You said like what? How would you feel if you got the engagement and there was literally no communication at all about it?
No communication about the year, or
up to the year, because you said a year is stretching it. Now I gave you a scenario. Okay, if you guys were saying building a financial budget to get to, I guess, said wedding, you saying that's one thing. But how would you feel if there was no communication up to that year? And you still haven't gotten married yet.
oh, I'm gonna be feeling some type of way. Like she said, 6 months. I'm gonna be looking like, what's going on? Are you backing out? Like, what's up?
Yeah, because some people will stay engaged though for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. Like, are you still not sure? Yeah, it's like what are you waiting on then?
I never really understood that either, to be honest with you, because at the end of the day, because
if you know, then
if you know, and you saying like And also along with that, like I said, if there's a reason behind it and he's communicating that reason behind it, but then again, like I said, if there's no communication at all, I think you said I think that particular man is just filling the space until he, in his head, finds something better or whatever.
Yeah, I feel like he pacified you. He gave you what you wanted. Oh, well, she wanted her ring. Now she got a ring. I'm going to shut her up for a little bit and move
Well, I
on.
figure out what I want for it.
Mhm.
So that's
Yeah.
that's crazy. Yeah.
Now, we sit here and we see all these couples on social media, and you saying, and as two mature women, I'm going to ask you this: when is the age limit when you need to stop screaming somebody's fucking couple goals? Because I see it from the little kids, and I've seen grandmothers say, "Oh my God, they're couple goals." What?
That's old to me though. I don't even see it that much anymore.
Yeah.
Well, how can you
not doing
like your
that.
goals when you don't know them? You just know what they show you. People are not showing you when they in that house arguing and fighting, threatening to get divorced every other week. They ain't showing you that. They're not showing you nothing that's difficult or bad. If they do, they just scratching the surface. It ain't real for real. Like nobody is showing you the real and the raw more than anything else. So how could you make that your couple's goals? Like, no, your goal is you're trying to be like what you see them show you that they're like, and a lot of times people are not what they show you online. Okay, it's a whole other person.
Yeah. Now with the reason I brought that up is because prior to the whole Diddy video, we didn't really know how bad. Well, we didn't know they really had a bad breakup, and you said for a long time Diddy and the Cassie type thing was. People were looked at as like goals, but and then they split up, and we didn't really know what happened behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm gonna ask you, honey. You say like, if you were with somebody, and then a video surfaced of something they did before they were with you online like that, how would you address that situation? That same question you were saying, but I'm gonna ask Tecca first.
If I saw something that was done before me online.
If you were dating Diddy and that video came out, how would you address that situation?
I don't think I would feel safe dating him anymore. I wouldn't now. If I'd never seen that type of behavior myself with him, now I'm going to question, who are you? Like, how come I didn't know these ways about you? Like, I wouldn't feel comfortable in that relationship. It just couldn't last. Like, it couldn't continue for a long time because that's always going to be in my head. Like, well, you could do the same thing to me. And I'm sure that would have happened because the way he was putting his hands on her, that wasn't the first time.
Absolutely. Ms Erin?
Yeah, I'd be asking, did you go get help? How long, did you get help? Are you continuing to talk to somebody about this? Because, are you going to do that to me? What would I say that's going to piss you off, and don't tell me nothing, because obviously something pushed you to that level. It's wrong, but in your mind, what's the level? So I would always be questioning.
Okay, we're going to shift to something a little bit more lighthearted. Now, you mentioned in our last interview that any type of abuse is a red flag and you're out of there. And you said you also mentioned about the word bitch. Now, when it comes to like going to a comedy club where comics call women bitches, is that okay?
I don't feel like it's okay. I mean, I'm going to laugh because they're not talking about me, because I know me, I know who I am, and I know most times the behavior that they're talking about, I'm not doing and I'm never doing.
I don't like hearing that word though. I feel like it's not, especially when a man is saying it, it's derogatory. It's just disrespectful. It's like men say that when they can't stand you, when you're like dirt and vomit with you. That's the first word they want to always use and call you. It's like that's the ultimate form of disrespect verbally to them. If they get to call you that, it's like you don't mean nothing to them. That word.
You think, and you mentioned about if it doesn't apply to you, you know what I'm saying? Now, let's take it. You said a step further. Let's say Aries Spears. That's the first comic that popped in my head. He was like, you said, hey, how you doing? Blah blah blah. You said he asked you a question, and you said let's say you didn't hear the question. He's like, bitch, I'm talking about you.
Oh, I would have to restrain myself from putting my hands on him. I really would.
And because I see that with comics all the time. So
I would have a problem. The show, they'd be like, "Oh, it turned into the Erin show," because they would hear my mouth. Easily done.
Yeah, man. Respect is a huge thing.
Now, okay, in that particular setting, let's say you have using a male with you, or you have me with you, honey. You saying like me as your partner. I know that word is triggering. And you saying now we're in a social setting. What in your head are you expecting me to do, and realistically, what are you expecting me to do?
Realistically, I'm expecting you to check him, however that goes. I mean, off top, not even thinking about nothing else. I'm expecting that, and that's it. I'm expecting you to check him, however that goes. Mm-hmm. No question about that. Check him, and that's it.
Okay, Ms. Erin.
Same thing. Quickly, like before I can even think, my man better. I should hear your mouth already.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, you said, let's say, because I see a lot of women, they want a dude that's willing to crash out for them. Like some women will literally cause a situation to where their man has to crash out. Just like we see with the Cardi versus Nicki situation, when Nicki's husband was acting a fucking fool on fucking line, and Cardi was expecting Offset to literally crash out and probably potentially get himself killed. He said, and I like the way that Offset actually handled the shit. He said, but he's like, where is the line between checking somebody and fully crashing out?
I mean, be realistic. Don't do something like this stupid that's going to cause you to potentially lose your life, go to jail. I love you, but I don't know if I'm the jail wife, so
just being honest. No, I don't know.
Right. I mean, unless you were clearly defending my honor, I don't think I'm the jail wife. It was just over some words, then I'm gonna look at you like you're an idiot. So thank you, but no thank you.
Okay,
let's be smart.
Right, okay.
Right.
Now, you just said if he was defending your honor. Now, if I'm defending your honor and it escalates or whatever, what have you, you said I have to go sit down for a minute defending your honor, or you said defending the children or something like that. How long what's the time limit of you saying that I could get that you're going to stay around?
I guess it depends on how you were really defending my honor. If somebody was physically coming after me and the kids, and you did what you had to do, and they found you guilty, even though you was standing your ground, then I might be there for a few years.
God,
she said might. She said might, and she said might. She said I might for a few years.
I mean,
cold-blooded.
I ain't saying I'm going somewhere, but I ain't throwing about the jail every week. Like, I'm here to see my dad. No, I'll write you. I'll put some money on your books.
Oh man.
I'm not coming every week. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't doing it.
Dang.
I'll hold you down. I will. I'll hold you down, and I'm gonna be there when you get out. But now, if they give you life, we're gonna have to talk.
Like, yeah, she said we're gonna have to talk. That's a bye-bye.
We are. We got to talk.
Y'all are cold-blooded.
I mean,
damn.
Like I said, depending on why you went.
Man, I almost choked on this freaking water. Oh well, if it's for me or for one of the kids or the kids, I'm gonna stay right there the whole time.
Why did that sound like bullshit?
I knew he was gonna say,
It didn't sound real convincing, huh?
Oh,
It didn't. Huh? No, I'm trying to think of the
You
words.
tried, you tried.
Like, no, like,
Dang, son.
if you had
That's
to
how
do
you
a
feel?
long time in there,
That's how
I
you
would.
feel? That's
No,
how-
if
that's
you
how
had to do
you
a long
feel?
time in there, I'll be right there.
That's how you
And
feel?
I'll be up there every week to to wait for you to visit. However they do it.
Wait, no, I'm not coming every week.
Okay. I'll come there every week, unless I'll come there every week. We're gonna stop it because you know I will stop. When you was just in prison last year, I was there every day, wasn't I?
When was I in prison? I don't know what the hell she talking about. I ain't even gonna cap to you. Say I like transparency. You say so. Only time I've ever been to jail, I spent in jail for 2 weeks because I got put on probation and I did everything for the probation except for community service because I was in my head is like I'm not working for the white man for free. They put my ass in jail, had me working for the white man for free. Bullshit.
Maybe do it for 2 weeks.
Had to do it anyway.
It was all bad. It was
2
all bad.
freaking weeks.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Georgia don't play.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely. Georgia does not play. You think Georgia's one of those states, unless you got your shit together, Georgia's not a state that you fuck around with.
Oh gosh, good to know.
You get away with a lot more in California. I was fine there.
Okay, you said now
Shoot.
we're gonna get us something a little more lighthearted. Both of you said, what would be your ideal vacation?
I want to go out the country. A couple of different countries. Out the country to visit a couple of different countries for real. I want to live for about 2 weeks on some island or something. Like I have no kids, 2 weeks, different islands and stuff. Yes. That's it. That's it. Absolutely no children.
Throw a cruise in there for me for a couple of days and I'm great. That's it. Yep.
That's nice too, though.
But out the country for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Now, how far, I'm going to ask you, Ms. Erin, how far do you get in the relationship before you start discussing blending finances for, like, let's say trips or let's say things like that? How far in the relationship do you personally get before you start talking blending finances to do things?
For me, that's a pretty early on, even before the relationship discussion, because I want to know what your mindset is. Because I've been with some guys that are pretty selfish. They're like, "No, I'm paying for my stuff. You pay for your stuff the whole way, and that's it." And it's like, "Oh, well, we live in Dutch. Then what's the point in continuing this? Because you're gonna be mad if I start making more money than you, and I'm like, you can't go because you ain't got your ticket money, but I got mine, and I'm out. So." Could have paid for you, but remember we're doing Dutch. Then I'm gonna be petty. So for me, that's a early on dating question. Like, where's your mindset with finances? I need to know right now.
Right. Okay. Now you said, as both you ladies are mothers, you saying it's like, and we've got kids. So, what's something that you would say to younger girls that are out here, because we see on social media a lot of guys will fly a girl out, and naturally, if they're flying said girl out, they're expecting to clap some cheeks, which I think is goofy as fuck. What the fuck are you flying a chick out for when there's women everywhere you go?
But that chick might have some special qualities.
And that's fine. But what would you ladies tell young girls potentially getting themselves caught up in that trap?
I would tell them, unless he is actually, you're in a relationship and he is definitely letting you know you the one and we're moving forward, don't even do it because it's not worth it, because your whole financial pockets, everything gonna fall apart when he move on to the next.
I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like everything is different when you're dating. So, because it depends on why you're dating too. Because some people are dating just to see what their type is and all of that. Some people are dating to find their soulmate, their partner for life. Yeah, I think it depends on why you're dating at the time. Because some people take a break for a while from dating, for so many, get their minds together and all that. And so, are you in the space of dating where you're trying to be serious with someone, or just getting to know different people? So the conversation of that depends on what you guys are both deciding this is going to be.
But what would you tell, you saying, like, if one of our daughters saying this guy's flying me out to LA or whatever, blah, 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 then you get that call. You're saying he's mad because I don't want to give him the cheeks and now I'm left at the airport. What would you tell a girl to potentially prevent her from getting in that particular situation and scenario?
Well, I'm going to talk to her and see what's going on in the first place. What led her to get in that situation? Because I know the worst thing to do is just try to you're coming home. You'll never talk to them again. Don't worry about it. And then just go on like nothing ever happened, because they don't even understand, well, why is it a bad thing? Obviously, if they let somebody fly them out and they're strangers, they don't understand how dangerous that is, why it's not a good thing. So I feel like I want to get to the bottom of why did this happen? How did these conversations begin in the first place? What led you that way? And is there something I can do with you or to help you so you understand that, you're better than that, more than that, So it's really like not what I would say in an isolated conversation. It would be over the years, like trying to build, you gotta try to build your daughter up so she's not looking for people in the world to do that. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I definitely feel like it's a worse thing too, because I mean, sadly, it is the girls that, like you said, I got a baby at home, and maybe but now you leaving baby at home with mama, so you can go do this, and it's like, what did you think was gonna happen?
Right. Like,
absolutely.
Especially leading up to that, he has clearly been sexting you. The conversation has been all about that. Like, so if you didn't know what he was talking about, like, why didn't you know?
Right. What's going on? What's missing? Because
well, you said this is going to bring us to the end of this episode of The Dating Pool Definitely Has P in it. And you said, and this was definitely fun. Once again, especially with you, Ms. Erin. We definitely
thank you.
We enjoyed having you. And I'm glad we got to bring the wife on. And you said yes, and hope you don't think we're too crazy. She's crazy.
No, I'm cool.
I'm crazy, but you're insane. So
yeah, I'm definitely insane. But anyway, if you guys like this video, make sure you smash that like button, turn on the bell notification so you don't miss another video. And without further ado, I love you, Ms. Tecca loves you, Ms. Erin loves you. We're out of here, man. Peace.
The boy Dub Deuce in the building.